And still on the celebration of Democracy Day, the Presidential Guards Brigade organized a special ceremony to mark the day. In attendance were the service chiefs and the Inspector General of Police, Secretary to the Government of the Federation, the President of the 9th Senate, Speaker of the 9th House of Representatives, Chairman of the All Progressives Congress, APC National Secretary, former Vice President to the winner of the June 12, 1993 presidential election, Babagana Kingibe, and other top government officials. The State House correspondent Femi Akande was at the event, and he joins me on the program for more updates. Femi, happy Democracy Day to you. But before we get into that, we understand there's some breaking news from the presidential villa about the president signing the student loan into law. Talk to us about that, and then we get to the significance of this Democracy Day.
Okay, yes, Abosede, I would bring in a member of Mr. President's strategy team, Mr. Dele Alake, to give us a good perspective into the student loan bill just signed by President Bola Tinubu, the second bill signed just within 2 weeks of the Bola Tinubu presidency. Hello, sir, and happy Democracy Day.
Same to you.
Yes, President Tinubu, the breaking news we just having, President Tinubu has signed that student loan bill. He campaigned, during his campaign, he said this would be one of the first things he will do as soon as he assumes office. And with this bill now, where do we go from here? What's really in it for students, for youth, a lot of whom voted for him?
Well, as you rightly put it, this is a landmark achievement. And it's more importantly, a promise made and a promise kept. He did say during the campaigns that he was going to make affordability of education a priority. And that's what compelled his signing this bill, this student's loan bill today. I recall as a student in this country in the late 70s in the university that there was this issue of students' loan. We had students' loan. We had access to students' loan. Those who were indigent at the time had access to students' loan. But at that time, I think because of lack of data, massive data, the recovery rate was quite low. I think it was then later on scrapped either by the military or some other governments scrapped it. But Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the president, did feel the pain of indigentship. Those who are indigent in the society, who could not or still cannot afford access to education or school fees. So that's what really drove him. It's the humanity in him, so to say. So, to me, therefore, I think he should be well applauded for taking this bold step and making it a priority. And to boot, on Democracy Day, this is a veritable dividend of democracy being given to the students, to the youth generally, on them, and to the parents. Don't forget that it's the parents that actually pay the school fees. So this is a direct succor to the parents. So the benefit cuts across a broad spectrum of the society. I think it's remarkable.
Yeah, and clearly, sir, this would also increase the enrollment rate. We'll see a lot of people now being able to access education. And some people are saying that this is not the first time we're having policies in Nigeria. What is usually the problem is implementation. What should we look forward to in terms of implementation of these noble bills?
Like I said, part of the problems or the factors that militated against the loans in the past was the recovery rate, which was quite low. And that was because the data, there was really virtually no data in the country at that time. But technology has grown in Nigeria. Nigeria has really grown in terms of technology, in terms of IT. So there's a vast amount of data out there. You have your BVN, you have your NIN, you have your TIN, you have all kinds of data now available for the authority to monitor the recovery rate. And the idea is this is done all over in developed societies, all over the world. And that enables access, mass access to education. And once you collect your loan, you pass through the tertiary institution. As soon as you get employed, because there is a massive database, efficient database, you are already captured. So, and the loans is interest-free. So that must be emphasized. It is interest-free. So even the repayment terms will be so generous as to be easy, to afford and to actually make you not to want to evade it. Now incidence of evasion will be very low because it is minimal. The way you'll be paying it instrumentally spread over years. That's how it's done abroad in developed societies. That's how it will be done.
All right, then. Thank you so much, sir. Well, a good democracy gift for Nigerians. Thank you so much for your time on the program. Mr. Dele Alake, a member of President Bola Tinubu's strategy team, talking to us more about the bill that was just signed by President Bola Tinubu. And this bill passed third reading at the House of Representatives in February this year. It was sponsored by the Speaker of the 9th House of Representatives, Femi. And now it's passed into law. Nigerians will wait to see the full implementation of these, and a lot of people, of course, are already waiting in the wings to begin to access this student loan bill. Abosede.
All right, Femi, let's talk about the Guards Brigade organizing a special ceremony to mark the Democracy Day. And we realize it's not a media event. I mean, it was not broadcast live. Talk to us about the rationale behind this.
Well, the presidency has said that this year's Democracy Day will be low-key, and that is for many reasons. But, it was for those that attended the event, it was worth the while. Just watching the military parade, it was quite interesting. We also saw Mr. President watching with keen interest. At some point, was even excited by the performances, both of the military from the Presidential Guards Brigade and indeed the cultural performances we saw during the whole small military event to celebrate Nigeria's Democracy Day. And then the dignitaries that also came, everyone was in high spirits. They had a lot of things to say about Nigeria's democracy. And one thing they all agree on is that indeed democracy has come to stay and that Nigerians should work to ensure that this democracy is preserved. They talked about the electoral system, how it has improved over the years. And so far in this fourth republic, there has been 7 democratic elections conducted in the country. And, everyone says that, well, those who are not happy with the outcome of any election can as well go to court, which they say is their constitutional right, and challenge the outcome rather than calling for a truncating of the democracy that everyone has come to enjoy. What they are saying, especially for those that experienced the dictatorship, the military dictatorship that's before 1999, and even the struggle to regain the mandate, that the election that was annulled in 1993. A lot of people that went through that experience are saying that, well, it's really set Nigeria back, and it's not something that should be experienced again. What they want is the deepening of democratic governance, strengthening of the institutions that support democracy. That is the Independent National Electoral Commission, the National Assembly, the judiciary, and all of these critical institutions that support democratic governance. They want the government of the day to begin to work to strengthen all of that. And they also say, like the first bill signed by President Bola Tinubu that brings a uniform age for judges. They say it's indeed a step in the right direction. This would also further energize Nigeria's judiciary to ensure that
everything that has to do with it. But we have to go at this time. State House correspondent Femi Akande for us there in Abuja. Thank you for that update.